A finalist in the new Seven Wonders of Nature, Puerto Princesa's Underground River may be considered the jewel in Palawan's crown, but it is not the only one. I'm Calo Medina. In this edition of Travel Time, we take you to Palawan's other gems, the many jewels of Palawan. Planning a visit to Palawan anytime soon? Begin with Puerto Princesa, then make provisions for an extension because the more you see, the more you'll want to see.
Amus-amus-amus-amustaran imbitaran ang indong mga barkada.
Puerto Princesa offers a couple of new attractions. The community of Maoyon has banded together to come up with their own spin on ecotourism. For a meal with a message, Puerto Princesa has the Maoyon River Cruise.
Ang Maoyon indadayo, mga turista
Upon arrival, we are greeted by the guides with an original Cuyunon ditty about the cruise. We have to cross a bamboo bridge 6 inches wide to get to the bamboo raft.
Mga posturang serbedora, ang kanindo magaistima, masasabor nga mga pagkain. Ang kanindo
Onboard entertainment is provided by a pastor who regales us not only with oldies but goodies, but some lively Cuyunon songs as well.
Pati ang indong pamilya, amos-amos-amustaran imbitaran.
As the raft makes its way slowly upstream, we are enjoined to partake of the simple but sumptuous lunch of tinolang manok using native chicken and huge fatty crabs that the guides proudly proclaim can all still be sourced from the Maoyon River itself.
Ang indong mga barkada, dayon kamo sa Maoyon, parigusan sa burabud, ayabaw durong katilo.
All along the trip, our guide proudly points out stuff of interest, like wild palm leaves that they use to make nipa roofing. Birds and other wildlife living amongst the mangrove. And stopping local young men to show us their harvest of freshwater clams called tubili. Well fed, we are just happy enough to sit and take in the still unspoiled beauty of the Maoyon riverside. But if the need for excitement is in your blood, then make a stop at Ugong Rock on your way to the Puerto Princesa Underground River in Sabang. After a short briefing, we are given hard hats and gloves to wear. And following the guide to the easy to moderate rock climb we squeeze ourselves between the cracks to reach the heart of the cavern where there are stalactites that make a reverberating sound when rapped by a knuckle. Thus, the name Ugong. From there, it's a steep rope climb, then back out to the sunlight, followed by more squeezing through narrow openings in the rocks. Until finally, the top of Ugong Rock. After a refreshing iced towel wipe, we are fitted with a different hat and harnessed to cable. And after a deep breath, are sent flying through the air and zipping down to the waiting guides below. What a rush! Ugong Rock is a huge limestone pedestal in the middle of the rice fields of Tagabinet and is a community-based sustainable tourism project supported by the ABS-CBN Foundation and by several local government groups. Of course, there are the tried and tested must-dos in Puerto Princesa. One just has to take the Dolphin Watching tour that takes you around Puerto Princesa Bay on a motorized boat. The waters around Puerto Princesa is home to long-snouted spinner dolphins, locally known as lumba lumba, as well as dwarf sperm whales and even the rare butanding or whale sharks. Or do the Honda Bay island hopping. The tour's staple stop of Pandan Island. Then Snake Island. And then Pambato Reef, a little-known site that could rival the beautiful reefs of Tubataha itself. Follow it up by going to the Sabang River, where one can paddle boat around the mangroves, where the local guides point to several interesting points virtually invisible to our untrained eye. A rare mangrove here, a food source somewhere there, and a snake or two somewhere yonder. Finally, at sunset, you can go upriver to Iwahig Bay and drop anchor near the mangrove forest to watch the birds' roosts as the sky darkens and the trees light up with thousands of fireflies. In the olden days, the presence of alitaptap was said to indicate the presence of elementals. Nowadays, the alitaptap are seen as indicators, but this time not of encantos, but of ecological balance. Palawan's natural beauty is surely a feast for the eyes. Indeed, it is God's own country. From Puerto Princesa, you can go up north and explore the wonders of the Calamianes Islands, the largest of which is Busuanga, well known for the many World War II wrecks submerged in the waters surrounding it. One then proceeds to visit the islands of Guto Bay, like Maltatayok, South Cay, North Cay, and Pamalican, and end in Malahon or Black Island, which may be so called because of its black rocks, but is also famous for its powdery white sand, a perfect site to camp out for the night. Then off to Culion, second of Calamianes' main islands, once the world's largest leper colony, now closed. A museum was set up as Culion sought to change its image into a viable tourist destination. Coron is the third and smallest of the Calamianes' main islands, where one can trek to Kayangan Lake, also called the Blue Lagoon, said to be the clearest lake in Asia, perfectly framed by the sheer limestone cliffs that surround it. And finally, there's El Nido, the town made popular then by the edible nest of the swiftlets found among the crags of the island's many cliffs, and is now famous for its El Nido resort. It is also the site of the innovative glam camp introduced by marine biologist Lee Goldman, who himself leads the five-star camp. From setting up of the relatively posh tent accommodation to guiding his wards to some of Palawan's most interesting diving and sightseeing spots in a kayak. The Seven Commandos Island, where there's a fabulous snorkeling spot. The Pinasil Cave, and the Jasmine Arc south of Bakwit Bay. The Kudugnon Cave, which is not just awe-inspiring, but is also of anthropological import. And the mysterious mangroves of Danat River. But of course, the visit to Palawan must culminate in the country's pride and joy, the subterranean wonder that is Puerto Princesa's Underground River. The Underground River is a natural wonder, featuring 8.2 kilometers of navigable underground river, reputed to be the longest in the world, that winds through a spectacular cave complex before emptying out into the South China Sea. It is also one of only 28 finalists left in the running to be part of the new Seven Wonders of Nature, an honor that can bring prosperity to this part of the country and pride for the whole nation.
A vote for the Underground River is not only a vote for the underground itself, but also for Puerto Princesa, Palawan, and the Philippines as a whole.
Natural beauty abounds in the Puerto Princesa Underground River National Park. From rock formations you pass by from the Sabang Wharf to the powder shores that is the gateway to the park. To the cave entrance, where the river water and the sea merge in a rare ecological wonder. Wonderful too are the local banqueros, who also act as tour guides. They deliver well-worn spiels filled with basic info and punctuated by folksy humor that adds another dimension to the trip.
Very common po ang mga hayop dito tulad ng bats at dalawang uri ng swiftlets. Sa paniki po meron tayong 8 iba't ibang species. Ang maganda roon, 2 rito ay endemic sa Pilipinas. Yung sa ating bansa lang makikita. And aside from these mga cave dwellers, may mga formations na kakaiba rin po sa loob ng cave. And recently nga, may nakitang mga crystals formations na sa tansya ng mga geologists, baka maglilid pa ito sa isa pang panibagong mineral na pwedeng makikita lang sa ating underground river.
But the biggest wonder is the cave itself. The natural rocks not only tease our imagination with their formations,
Pinakauna pong pumunta hanggang sa pinaka 8 kilometers niya o the end niya po ay mga Australian group noong 1980 at sinundan ito ng mga Italian explorer natin noong 1990 at palagi na silang bumabalik dito last March. Nandito po yung grupong yun para i-continue yung kanilang exploration sa cave. Sa kanilang mga pinuntahang mga caves sa ibang mga bansa, dito nila nabanggit na talagang napakataas ng amount ng energy niya, yung daloy ng hangin, hindi sila nahihirapan sa pag-explore. Mayroon silang kwento sa amin na kailangan pa naka-air mask or naka-special suit na mainit daw yung temperature. Dito, malakas yung supply sa atin ng oxygen, kaya hindi sila nahihirapan sa pag-explore ng cave. Dahil sa naka-level lang siya halos sa dagat, hindi siya ganong pa mataas or pababa siya sa ilalim.
and the latest find here, the 20-million-year-old remains of a species of sea cow or dugong, perfectly preserved in a 1 in a billion find. And it is there for us to see inside the Puerto Princesa Underground River, a fact that should make every Cuyunon and Filipino proud.
In the Department of Education, Division of Puerto Princesa City, after we have received the DepEd memo issued by the DepEd Center Office, we have immediately issued to our schools, our districts, division memorandums concerning the intensive campaign for the PPUR. So we have already sent memorandums to our schools in the city of Puerto Princesa, including high school and secondary schools.
We're going to put up a voting station in every high school wherein there is internet connectivity. And then during flag ceremonies, we are encouraging everybody to vote via text. That's every Monday. We have the promotion campaign wherein there is a gathering just like executive conferences, trainings, and gatherings of DepEd officials and students as well.
The response is positive. Big schools have already identified areas wherein students will be voting online. Principals are required to submit to our office reports on the number of students and school personnel who voted online.
DepEd alone, we have millions of students. If they're going to vote online, that's 1 million. Aside from the text votes, wherein it will be participated by the non-teaching and teaching personnel that we really have the numbers for the PPUR.
The whole of Puerto Princesa and Palawan are one in the effort to make the Puerto Princesa Underground River be part of the new 7 Wonders of Nature.
Ang PPUR po ay isa sa mga #1 tourist spots na pwedeng maging malaking source of income, hindi lamang ng mga Palaweños, kundi pati lahat ng tao sa Philippines. At karapat-dapat po itong iboto dahil sa kanyang natatanging alok na kagandahan sa atin.
Kailangan po natin iboto ang PPUR dahil na rin sa pinakikita at mga naitatagong tunay na yaman ng kalikasan, lalo-lalo na rin ang natagpuang Miocene Age si Mamal sa lugar na ito. Ito ay napakagaling na representasyon ng mayamang pag-iingat sa ating kalikasan at ganun din ang mga bagay na nairepresenta ng pagmamahal sa kalikasan at kagandahan ng Underground River.
Okay.
Kung mananalo po yung PPUR sa New 7 Wonders of Nature, maraming mga local and foreign tourists yung dadayo dito sa atin sa Puerto. Tataas yung tourism rate dito sa Puerto.
Dapat po talaga nating iboto yung PPUR. Kung makakapasok po ito sa isa sa New 7 Wonders of Nature, marami po mga local and foreign tourists ang may inform tungkol dito at tataas po yung rate ng tourism dito sa city na isa po sa pinakamalaking pinagkukunan ng funds ng government. So mas maging progressive po yung kung makakapasok po yung PPUR.
Let's show our support. Simply text PPUR and send it to 2861. Or go online to www.new7wonders.com and vote. And tell family and friends to vote. A win for the Puerto Princesa Underground River is a win for the Philippines. Let's show the world what Pinoy pride is all about.
Ang Pilipinas ay nasa isang maliit na bansa, lalo na po ang Palawan, isang maliit na probinsya po na hindi kilala masyado sa ibang bansa. Ito po yung pagkakataon natin na maipakilala sa buong mundo na sa kabila ng pag-unlad ng mga bansa, meron pong natitirang isang lugar na puro at ipagmamalaki natin na ito ay talagang likha ng Diyos na hindi dadaanan ng tao.
It will be a multiplier effect, not only ma'am for us Palaweños, but for the Philippines as well. Nung nangyari ma'am na nag-1 sa Philippines, it's not only Puerto Princesa who benefited from it, parang the whole of Palawan. Kasi naging aware ma'am ang tao of the Underground River. So hindi na po sila napupunta sa Puerto Princesa to see the Underground River, but the whole Palawan as well.
Importante po ito, hindi lang po para sa aming mga Palaweño, kundi para sa buong bansa dahil ito ay karangalan ng bansa na maipasok bilang isa sa mga wonders of nature. Ito ay nagbubukas ng mga bagong oportunidad sa trabaho.
Aside from economic progress and at the same time yung tinatawag nating tourism industry na hindi lamang sa Palawan matatama kundi sa buong bansa, ito yung magre-represent na ang mga tao ay dapat matutong paano nila mapangalagaan ang ating likas na kayaman.
Malaki po yung matutulong nito sa Filipino pride natin dahil isa pong malaking karangalan para sa ating bansa na may isang maganda at napaka-espesyal na tunawin dito sa bansa na makapasok sa New 7 Wonders at may papromote din po natin ang pangangalaga sa kalikasan sa pamamagitan ng pagboto dito dahil ma-encourage po yung management ng Underground River to further maintain and protect Underground River.
Ito ay maglalagay uli sa mapa ng mundo, maglalagay sa Puerto Princesa, sa Palawan at sa Pilipinas na makikilala tayo hindi lamang sa masasamang nangyayari sa ating bansa, bagkus ito ay magiging pride ng buong bansa.
Sana po ay tulungan nyo rin kami sa pag-promote ng ating industriya ng turismo at ang kampanya po sa 7 Wonders. Sana ay botohin nyo po ito.
Palawan and Puerto Princesa are geared to be the next big thing in the tourism stage. Better get to know it up close before the world beats you to it. As a Filipino, you owe yourself that. I'm Susan Calo Medina, huwag maging dayuhan sa sariling bayan.